That's fucking weird. I could have said something else and I'm having to hold it in.
I could see it.
I know, my head's ticking.
Welcome back, guys, to the Making Marks podcast. I'm Callum.
I'm Kev.
I'm Connor. And we will be swearing because we're a fucking hardcore tattoo shop and we swear like mad. So
I've had a stressful time setting this up today, so I'm probably going to be drinking.
we've had a stressful time. The 3 attempts we've given this, it's been really fucking stressful. I don't know why this is so difficult. Who knew there was so much work went into doing this?
I think I know what I was doing wrong on the computer. I figured it out.
You were doing anything wrong.
No, I was.
Me and Kev just have to sit here and hopefully Callum doesn't start going mad and throwing shit. Like, oh, Callum, stop.
I do that awkward little wander over there where I'm like, I know what I'm doing.
No, Callum is the softest, gentlest person I probably know, but I don't want to piss him off.
Yeah, as long as you
I
don't.
worry about his feelings. Do you know what I mean? I care about him.
I don't.
I don't want him to be pissed off. But even when he comes in here, he's got the better voice out of the 3 of us.
Yeah,
even when he's angry, it still sounds
infuriating.
Fair enough. Well, welcome back, guys. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded our last one.
2 weeks, yes.
It's been, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
By the time this one comes out, it'll be like 2 weeks after. So this is the Wednesday before the Friday that the episode is going to drop. That's a bit confusing, aren't I?
You need to make that a bit more memorable because I ain't got a fucking clue what you just
I
said.
don't even
What did you just say? And I'm sat next to you.
This is the Wednesday before the Friday that we.
Oh, it's because we do it on a Wednesday and we release them on a Friday. We do it every 2 weeks.
Yes. So
I don't think
we're recording now.
I think you should just say, look, this is Friday, and then we'll pretend it's Friday.
All right, Mister.
Yeah, okay. we couldn't fucking fake it if we tried, but let's be honest. We can't fake this shit, mate. So we're trying our best.
Hopefully you guys enjoy the episode from 2 weeks ago that we'll drop in 2 days' time. You can find us on.
I've been concentrating all day on this tattoo, and now he's trying to fucking confuse me with riddles. I ain't awake enough for this shit.
So, guys, before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, pause the video. I want you to subscribe, comment if you can, and don't forget to hit the notification bell because then you'll know when we're uploading. Although it will be every other Friday, it's not that hard to remember.
So record on Wednesday and we upload on a Friday.
Exactly.
Okay,
so record on the Wednesday.
Upload on the
Friday.
Figure out, was it? Right, should we get into it?
Let's go.
Somebody's been on the hollybobs for the last week.
Did you put hollybobs in hotty chocky wocky and chippy chips?
I
fucking hollybobs.
He's just done that, right? And earlier on when we were setting up, you'd gone to the shop.
God.
I come over. I can't even remember what I said, but he goes, did you just say slay? I was like, no, fucking
yeah,
and
it sounded like you said slay.
To go at me and then come out.
And then he come in and drop hollybobs.
Fucking weapon.
Fucking hollybobs.
Leave me alone.
So, Kev, where you been?
Do you want me in a good mood or not?
I ain't been nowhere.
Give us a smile. You just shut the camera off. The camera just went off when you just.
Oh no!
Oh, you're taking the piss? What do you mean? Charge the battery pack? You have been on charge all day. Oh my god! I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
I don't even know what to do now.
Give me a second. I'll go and get the other.
How are we going to do this?
Oh my god!
Pause.
Fuck you.
Happy claps.
We are back.
That's Callum resetting himself so he's not so angry.
So, if this camera goes off again, I'm going to smash it to pieces. And I'm going to take it back to CX, and I will drag the fucking money out of the people. I don't give a fuck. You've sold me a deal.
Remember like 10 seconds ago when you said you weren't angry?
I know, yeah. I thought you just did the happy claps. And they still angry. Just neck your wine, mate. You'll be good. That is like, that's a small wine glass even for you.
I know.
Sorry, that was really mean.
So, today's episode is sponsored by Decanter Spirit in Leamington.
This looks like big man or little glass.
So certainly fucking.
I know, I can't help myself.
Disrespect.
I don't know where it's come from. It's ever since calling you little knees. I just can't help taking a piss.
That's still on the back of my car.
So I'm like 6'4", and he's a lot what 5'8".
I'm 5'9".
No, you think you're 5'9".
You're a liar.
Fuck off, I am.
You are not 5'9". You got an attitude of a 7'2"
5'9".
bloke, but you've got a fucking.
I'll stab everyone in it.
Right, so I'm an honest human being. I'm 5'7", and Kev is not 5'9".
He's 3'4".
No.
And he fucking shows it with his attitude.
You're like half an inch taller than me,
No, I'm not. I'm massive.
and a shoe size smaller. So
What
shut the
shoe
fuck
size
up.
are you?
9.
You're a 3,
yeah.
yeah?
I'm an
Sauce.
8.
Oh, sauce.
An 8.
Oh, sorry, fucking Jolly Green Giant.
I've got heels on these big clunky boots as well, man.
Size of them.
They're fucking massive,
knocked me
mate.
out
Look
now.
at size that fucker. I've got my tags on them, I think. Fuck, I need to break them in, mate, ready for walking around
Start
next
a
week.
revolution with them.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Holly
anyway.
Bobs.
Right, Kev, where you been, mate?
Here and there.
So Kev's had his teeth done, and they look fucking great.
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
I haven't had a close up yet.
they are fucking good teeth. Like, you didn't even
They're
have
alright,
bad
aren't they?
teeth before, but they look
No, I did have bad teeth before. People just say
They're
that because they're being
fucking
kind,
great.
but they
No.
were fucked.
But I think this is the thing, like we said earlier on, didn't we? But people don't sit there and, oh, fucking hell, your teeth are shit. But
Yeah,
people will
because it's
comment
a really
on now
horrible
because they're
thing to say,
good.
innit? But like,
Yeah.
I've got eyes. I knew they were fucking. They needed
Yeah.
doing. So
I didn't think that until you point it out, it's hard to
Yeah.
say. But they look
Yeah.
fucking great, man.
They are.
Yeah.
They look really good. They're
do
perfect.
you know what? I'd love to sit here and say it was like easy to do as well, but it fucking weren't. It's not for the faint-hearted, man.
Yeah. What are you calling her? A butcher?
Yeah.
Butcher.
So I was walking in and I was like, hey, the butcher. And because of the language
Hey.
barrier, I don't think she understood what I was saying. She's like, hi.
She's probably sick of your shit,
But
mate. Like we
then
all are, to be honest.
Yeah, the shaving
These
and
little
that.
subtle digs are
it's-
great, ain't they? I love it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I've got him on, don't I, as well, as you know. So now we can't literally sit on this sofa with you, with them, with getting my fucking shades out if I need to. But
Dick, he's taking
yeah, I'll get him on. I've got to get the front 3 pulled out, haven't I? In like, it's like 3 weeks away, 4 weeks away. I'm fucking
Oh, shit.
close, mate. Because it's an accident I had when I fell off my bike when I was like
Yeah.
13, and I've got these
That's
front
come
3
around so
removed.
fast, innit?
And I've got to wear a fucking denture plate for like 3 months. So my teeth are gonna fall out in the wind. It's gonna be. I've asked him to make me 3 spares because I know what I'm like. I lose my phone, my keys, everything all the time.
What if you
Do
accidentally
you
drop
wanna-
one?
I'm gonna be on a
these
trip
episodes,
somewhere,
because-
and my teeth are gonna fly out. Or I'm gonna be. Oh no! So I've had to get me some spares. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But how can I be looking forward to getting my fucking front teeth pulled out?
You're not
Well-
looking
Gotta
forward
think
to
about
that,
the end
though, are
game.
you?
Exactly
Endgame,
that.
it's gonna be
I
so
knocked him out when I
worth
was 13. I'm 32 now. Do you know what I mean? So it's been a long time coming, but it's just never the right time to get my front 3 teeth pulled out.
I've
Nah,
been
it's
like
never
that.
that.
Like, obviously, I've had that one taken out. I'm having the wisdom tooth taken out in December. And, well, it was meant to be today. If you work at the dentist and I called you up and said I'm on holiday, I'm actually recording.
Well, they haven't got
Didn't
a
have
clue what
time to
Davis
do it.
is because you made that very
you know
confused
what?
at
I
the
don't
beginning.
feel-
Oh, shit.
They haven't got a clue what
Anyway.
Davis is.
They wouldn't have known which day. Yeah, but I was meant to have my tooth
Yeah.
taken out today.
Mad.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Just
The
didn't feel it.
sacrifice, mate, to us to chat shit on this little
I
sofa.
know.
Oh, it's so cute.
So, Kev just
But,
fucked off for a week. I'm committed. I
Mm.
cancelled my appointment so I could be here and record.
Oh no, I chased the sun. I went to see
Yeah,
some sunshine
you piece
in
of
the
shit.
winter. It's great.
Yeah. But yeah, I am looking forward to getting my teeth sorted out. It's been a long time coming.
Same.
Yeah.
This is pissing me off. 5 days and it looks fucking
I
amazing.
know. Mine's like a 6-month process. Like I've got to literally.
Yeah.
But the dentist said to me that it's going to be the most long-winded thing. Like, but out of all the different procedures I can get, this is the most long-winded one. I've got to get them pulled out, and I've got to wait this denture plate for 3 months. Then I've got to get them implanted and wait for them to fucking heal. Then get my permits on.
To be honest, I'm
Sound.
pretty much in the same boat except for the implants. I've got to get this other one taken out and a fill in. Then I'm going to go for the Invisalign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether I can do the Invisalign and whitening at the same time.
Yeah, why not?
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Why can't you just put the
What is
whiteness of in the
Into
Invisalign?
the Invisalign.
That's all the stuff I've got at home. These little gum shields. You pull it into that. So you just 2 in 1 now. That's what I'd think.
Yeah, maybe.
Why not?
But yeah, so I've got to get the Invisalign. I want them whitened, and then after that, I don't know, veneers, maybe composite bonding. I'm
Just
not
get
too
'em all
sure.
solid
I
diamond.
just want. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Fuck it.
full blown Post
Full
Malone.
Post Malone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just grills.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That is the one.
That's the
No,
only
what-
thing that's missing, to be honest, out the look.
yeah. Well,
That is literally it.
I think
I'm a
Louise
bank
will kill
balance.
me. All right.
Sorry, I meant for me as that was a personal dig.
Yeah, I think Louise would kill me.
Yeah.
This is the second week we've talked about my wife killing me for something I've done wrong.
Yeah, there's a pattern emerging here.
Help.
Help me. Please don't hurt me later, Louise.
So, right, what the fuck do you just want to talk shit about?
Do you know what I want to talk about?
Yeah.
Live.
Fucking Yellowstone.
Oh,
It is
fuck
back.
yeah.
Oh,
I knew this was coming. I knew this was
If
coming.
nobody watches Yellowstone,
Go and watch it.
Sort your life out.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is good. It's
So-
one of the best things I've ever watched.
I spent a good 3 months trying to convince you guys to watch Yellowstone because it changed.
No, so where this
my
comes
brain
from,
chemistry.
the reason why we didn't watch it is because not that we didn't trust what you were saying, which is we were sick to death of listening to country music, and I couldn't think of watching anything fucking worse. I come into the studio every day, and all there is just country, every different song, and they live rent free in my fucking head, just going round and round and round. And I love country music; it's great, but I needed a bit of a time out for it, man. So now it's back. Country's back in the studio today. We're ready back in. Callum's going to get his boot cuts out and his fucking cowboy boots and his little
Look how
toothpick
happy
again.
he is.
Where are your toothpicks?
That's it. In my top drawer.
It is a good look for you, I'll give you that.
But anyway, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched the first episode yet of the...
Oh, that's a them problem.
Yeah, sort your
Fuck
shit
that.
out
We're
and just
talking
go and
about this
fucking watch
anyway.
it. We're talking about it. Jamie's a fucking rat.
Fuck that guy, man.
Rip's
Fuck
like
that
the
guy.
coolest fucking person on the
Rip is like the epitome of
He's a proper man.
a male figure.
Proper
Like,
man.
yeah, if I could be any, he's probably my favourite character in anything, like hands down. And Jamie's my least favourite character in anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Rip he's the fucking man. Like,
Yeah.
and then what did we say? Was it yesterday or today yesterday or today when we watched it? We were like, I'd like to think Rip would be my friend. Yeah, but
Rick would
He'd
not
be
be
so
our friend.
disappointed.
yeah, I know, but I know he wouldn't. Yeah, because for one, look how I'm fucking sat. Yeah, I keep clocking
Yeah.
myself. When I say I'm
We're
sat
also-
like really weird
Yeah.
with my little boots on, which are like, he ain't gonna be my mate.
nah,
And I'm
Drinking
he
red
wouldn't chill
wine.
with it.
drinking red wine with my pinky up. Do you know what I mean? He ain't gonna be our friend, and it's a really sad reality once I
Do you know how,
realise
like,
that.
he's that manly. He makes me feel like such a bitch, and I'm not even mad about it.
He's
I
just
still like
hardcore,
him.
man, isn't he? Yeah, I'd let him
He's
shout
just-
at me.
I know.
That was weird.
So,
That was weird. Don't know where that came from. I thought it as I gently put my mini glass down. Fucking weird. I don't know where that come from. I was going to say something else and I'm having to hold it
I
in.
can see it.
I know, my head's ticking.
Fucking, I'm crying.
Yeah. Bareback.
Right, so Yellowstone.
yeah.
Can't
Right,
watch the shag rip.
Right, so basically, guys, if you haven't watched Yellowstone, it's like a modern day cowboys and Indians just shooting the fuck out of each other, killing each other. They're all gangsters. They're all cool as fuck. There's a couple of characters. There's the main Dutton family who own this big ranch, and it's like the modern issues with owning a private ranch and corporates trying to come in and buy it for ski resorts and all that bollocks. And then obviously the reservation want it back because it's initially it was
It
there.
sounds boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Like when
It's
you
not, though.
well, this is why I didn't watch it. Because when you first started speaking about it, I was like, "What the fuck would I watch that?" But there's way more to it than that. There's
Oh, for
way
sure.
more
Do you know
to it. You get so invested in the
I think one of
characters.
the best comparisons I ever heard was like it's Sons of Anarchy on fucking horses.
It is, yeah.
It is.
Sick.
That scene was it not last season, like season 3, where the
That's enough for me,
guys
two
go in
drinks.
to go and get. Sorry, I'm forgetting that I'm just covering your face. I'm trying to cover his teeth with. The scene where the guys go into Beth Dutton and they're like assaulting her, and
Oh yeah.
one of them's like trying to tear her clothes off, and she's just looking at him going, "Oh, is that all you've got?" Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking cold
hell,
as
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
there,
yeah. I
like-
forgot about that scene. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
like,
fucking boss, man.
You don't scare me. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be dead later.
I'd rather fight Rip than
And then,
Beth.
but then
to be
Rip
honest with you.
comes in and just fucking shoots both of them.
Yeah.
And she's like, told you.
Savage.
Like, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, them guys, man.
She's good.
In a different life, I'd like to think I was a cowboy, but now I'm just a
We
tattoo artist.
We are cowboys. Just different type of cowboy.
Said something to Chloe last night. I can't remember what she said, but she just goes, "I'm just a girl." So I'm just. I can't remember what she said. She said something. She goes, "I'm just a girl." I'm
Why,
like,
why do I
I'm
feel
gonna
like that'd be
fucking
like a
do
line in the Barbie movie?
that. Yeah,
I'm just a
girl. Yeah, and I was like, okay, fair enough. It kind of made me get
Even
over
with
it.
the American accent,
Whatever her issue
it
was,
worked.
I can't even fucking remember it. So yeah, she's just a girl, and I got over it.
Yeah.
Right. So what were we going to get into? I can't even.
So,
what we were gonna say.
I think the main thing, well, I say the main thing, one of the things we were going to get into today, obviously, we recorded an initial episode.
Oh yeah, of
which-
course, yeah.
You guys were still asleep. You turned up an hour late.
Mate, it was like fucking 7:30 in the morning. It was too
wasn't-
early to
it
talk.
wasn't that early.
Oh, Kev was tonight.
It was about 9 o'clock. By the time
Regardless.
Kev was
Just,
done.
just fucking.
Anyway, we basically touched on why Making Marks is called Making Marks.
Yeah, that was it.
Because there's going to be viewers out there that don't know. There's even going to be some customers that don't know.
Yeah,
You know, so tell us the
So,
story. Why is
the reason
Making
why, because when we pre-recorded it before, I wasn't. I think I was. it can be a very sad story. Do you know what I mean? It can be. And obviously, regardless of what way, however much I let out, it is obviously a sad story. So my dad's name was Mark. Shop was called Making Marks, yeah? Plot twist. If you want, yeah? What are you doing that for?
I'm just telling you to get away from the mic.
Can't win with this mic.
You're very loud. You need like that much space. Like, put the fist between you.
It's wonky now. Let's cut this bit out.
I think this would be funny. Fist in between you.
Rip.
Then just like
What's called rip.
you lick into there. Yeah,
Okay,
so that
so-
should be about good.
Right. Let's start a bit again. Yeah. So my dad was called Mark, and my tattoo shop's obviously called Making Marks. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't remember how it come about, but I remember sat there on my mum's sofa, in lockdown about 6 months after my dad passed away, and we were like, right, let's look at getting my own shop. And then the name just kind of come out of nowhere, like Making Marks. So obviously Making Marks on skin. Dad's name was Mark, and it's like a fine art term as well, isn't it? Like mark making. I was like, fucking hell, this is fucking meant to be. What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? And then me, obviously, so when I lost my dad, obviously it was, if anyone's ever lost anyone, like grief just comes out of nowhere, man. It just fucking takes you off your feet. Like I thought I was all right for a bit, but then looking back now to who I was, like when all this idea was going on, I was just so pissed off, man. So angry. Like why my dad? Why the fuck did he die?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it was so sudden. It was just like we were in the space of like 4 months of him getting a bad back and then dying. It just kind of like happened. So I didn't have time to process it. And then anyway, after about 6 months, then I was just fucking angry at everything, just pissed off, just like, 'cause I had nothing to take it out on. I was just like angry at the world. Do you know what I mean? But no one to even direct the anger at. So it was just like, so anyway, when I had this idea of a shop, me and my girlfriend Chloe and my mom and my friends, everyone else who were involved in it, I'll use it to kind of like empower me and push me, use this kind of energy I had to kind of put it into something which is hopefully his legacy is going to live on through. Do you know what I mean? So that's why my dad's name's obviously fucking wrote on the shop, and then we're doing a podcast with my dad's name. So people have then turned to the studio saying, "Oh, where'd you get a tattoo?" And I'm Making Marks. So people are saying my dad's name,
Dad's name.
without even knowing the relevance to it. Do you know what I mean? Just because it's a play on word. So then, and now obviously even with me, I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, the shop's called Making Marks. I kind of don't associate it to that as well. Do you know what I mean? It's really strange. But I had to like I had to do something. It was fight or flight.
Yeah.
I had to do something. I had to either sit there and dwell on shit and constantly just not even feel sorry for myself, just feel fucking sad and not do nothing about it, or let's use this energy and twist it around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you did, bro. You smashed it.
We're getting there.
At the time of recording, it was 5-year anniversary on Sunday.
It was 5 years on Sunday, yeah.
And
just gone.
to be honest,
crazy.
Like being in the studio with you, like you handle it so well. Like, so how do you? 5 years on, you've obviously built this studio. We've started the podcast. How does it make? How do you feel now? Like, how do you actually feel?
It's So like the week before my dad's anniversary, and by the way, it's crazy. It's been 5 years.
Yeah,
like it's so weird. Like everyone says, like time heals and stuff, and I do think it does in a way. But I just think you learn to suppress it, and you learn to like kind of just deal with stuff differently, and you learn to like kind of like get ready for these feelings. Do you know what I mean? So like the week before, I worked with you. Kev was obviously getting his teeth done, but I was with you, and I think I was way cranky. I feel like I'm way different this week. I feel like I was probably crankier. Looking back last week, I feel like in my head I was just like just seems foggy last week, and I feel like because I know this date's coming, and you're kind of like I could be sad every single day about it. If I think about it deep enough, every single day you could be sad about it. Yeah, if anyone you lose someone so close, especially one of your parents, that he was 54 when he passed away. I was gonna you could be sad every day about it, but you can't let it beat you. Yeah, so then the build up to it, I think subliminally it does bother me, and when the day comes, you feel like you're forced to kind of be upset in a way. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like dreading that down during the day. But genuinely, I see my dad's mom, and my granddad Dave, and my mom, and my girlfriend Chloe, my fiance Chloe, and then we ended up, and then we just went for lunch, had a little walk where we spread my dad's ashes, and it was really nice just speaking about my dad freely, and we looked for pictures. Obviously, we'll had our moments. Like I went through some text messages on my phone, which I've not looked into on WhatsApp for 5 years. I've kept these things. Like I keep things like sacred every year. Like I had this letter what my dad wrote to my mom about me and my sister in when he was in hospital before he passed away. And I didn't read that till last year, like 4 years on. So I've got nothing new. Do you know what I mean? So I keep these little things on significant days because I've got nothing new, so I like it. And now I'm kind of running out of new stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I only watch certain videos on these days, and I save one of it. It's just one video of my dad in hospital, and I'm on FaceTime to him. And then he says in this video, and because he was on loads of morphine and stuff, so he was there, but he obviously was a bit trippy. And then as he goes, he's like, "Oh, I love you, my boy. I'll follow you wherever you want to be on this earth." If he kept putting on this little accent because he was like a bit high, but then he says it like again about 2 minutes later in this video, and every single time I hear my dad say, "I love you, son," in this video, because I ain't heard his voice in 5 years. Man. Do you know what I mean? But I save it for these little reasons. Do you know what I mean? For these reasons, for these days, because I can't obviously hear it again. Do you know what I mean? So when I know these days are coming, I know I'm going to see this video, and I know I'm going to be upset, and I know it's going to bother me. But then when I listen to these songs, what reminds me of him, and when I look at these pictures and listen to these voice notes, or listen to these recordings, look at these text messages, I kind of feel like I need to do that. Then I can kind of carry back on my day or carry back on my week. Then it's reset me. Boom, use that again as like a little power thing. Like, hey, sound, it resets my motivation, everything I want to do. So I'm like, right, let's fucking do this. Do you know what I mean? So like, I see this text the other day off my dad, and it was saying, "So proud of you, son, Mr. Matt, blah, blah." And obviously I was fucking crying when I was reading it with Chloe. But then I sit back, I'm like, he didn't see anything what's gone on now. This is from before he even did anything. Because everything what's happened has happened since I lost my dad, which is really weird. Like, I met Chloe, got a house, got a car I wanted, got a fucking shop, obviously, met you boys. Loads of good shit has happened since I lost my dad. And he was already proud of me then. So like, it's so weird to think that. Do you know what I mean?
You've gone on about these messages of like affirmation and love from your dad and stuff, and I think you've taken those positive affirmations and they've gone with you through life. The legacy of making marks, obviously being your dad, that's within you.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll ever leave, and I think within that does then bring positivity around. And knowing you over the last 3 years, you're very much, there's the good path, there's the bad path. I'm going down the good path. I haven't got time for the bullshit down there anymore. And if anything starts to look like it's taking me down that bad path, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
It's getting more brutal as you're getting older as well. Yeah. So you ain't got time to fuck around with shit, 100%. Man.
That's it. So, question for you then.
Yeah.
Like, just, you obviously know your dad better than me or Kev ever will. Mm-hmm. We only ever know him from the memories through making marks. If he was stood in this studio right now, what do you think he'd say to you?
First off, he'd be taking a piss out of Ked's teeth. Like, even though how amazing they look, and he'd do that because my dad, he knocked his teeth out as well when he was younger, and he had these big white veneers. Yeah. So he had these big white veneers, and he was fucking. He was just the biggest wind up, man. Like the biggest wind up. Like he got kicked out of the barbers once because he kept winding this girl up, saying, "Oh, what's on the floor down there?" He kept just to get her to bend over, like take a piss. And woman just kicked him out of the barbers. He was like that. Like he was just a fucking wind up. But he was. I'm not even just saying this because he's my dad. He was my best mate to start with, but he was like the most charismatic, funniest, fucking complimentary person I'm ever gonna meet. Like he was like top tier, man. Like he only spoke to Chloe once on the phone. You know, she never even met him. Spoke to him once on the phone. He was like, "Oh, hello, gorgeous, you is that?" And I was reading texts on the phone. He's like, "No, don't come and see me. We'll go and see Chloe." Before he even knew her. Do you know what I mean? He was just, and then, so I don't know. It's hard to, because I feel like he is a part of me now. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know. I know it's a weird one because I've never even thought about that before. I've never thought about him being in the shop. It's so fucking strange, but no.
That's why I asked you a question.
Yeah. It's a good question. I don't know. I'd like to think he'd be proud.
I think he would. I definitely think he would.
I had this about 2 months after my dad passed away. I was in McDonald's and I had to go in to get my food because for some fucking reason they fucked it up. Anyway, I walked in there. I seen this lad I know, and he was a pharmacist and my dad used to go to pick up my mum's like wherever his prescription were. And then he come up to me and goes, "Oh, you're right, mate, you." And I tattooed this lad years ago, but I didn't really remember it. And he goes, "Oh, you're he goes, "So sorry to hear about your dad, this and that." And he just caught me off guard. In the middle of McDonald's, just started speaking about my dad. And he goes, "Oh, he was so proud of you, know." He kept coming in every time he was in there. This dude like knew all about my work, all about. So yeah, show me, mate, show me this. I was like, fucking hell. I remember sitting in the car and just like sobbing because I was like, it was so weird to hear this dude who I didn't really know at the time, but I know now, speak about my dad as if like he knew him perfectly, and it was because he knew loads about me because how my dad spoke about me when I wasn't around. And that's happened now loads of times. Yeah. Like randomers have come up to me and said, "Oh, so you're so sorry to meet your dad," even 5 years later. It's crazy, man. He just had an impact on every single person in me. Like, you boys would have fucking loved him, man. Yeah. Like, Jamie, he would have took the piss out of everything you would have ever done, but you couldn't not love him, man.
Do you know, I can believe that because you do it. Yeah. I can't say or do anything without you.
Don't fall too bad, is it, boys? So he was. I'll tell you something else quickly. Like I remember this the other day. Like, there was this time because when my dad was pretty poorly, obviously in hospital, he was I stayed there till like 3:30 in the morning one of these nights. So I thought, okay, he's gonna pass away this night. I stayed there, and it was like when my uncle come round, and we like took it in turns to stay over, and he was a bit delirious and whatnot. And then he was like he was just in a because he kept going up and down before he passed away. Yeah. And then I said to my mate Dave, I goes, right, Dave, he's come round to see him the next day at hospital, and I was like, right, Dave, be prepared. Like he's gonna not the best. He don't look like how you remember him. Like he looks a bit frail, this and that. Like, and then he's on like this mask. He could obviously end up being paralysed. And then I goes, so just be prepared. And I walked in, expecting I was like, "You all right, Dad?" And I go, "Dave, you all right, mate? What the fuck's going on? It's that fucking what the fuck? I'm fucking sick of being in here." And I'm like, I looked at Dave and I went, "I don't know what's going on, mate." I was like, "Dad," I was like, "What the fuck is going on? You're dying or not?" I was like, "I don't know what is going on." And it was like that. It was like it's really dark, yeah. Mate. No, but it was like that for about a month or two. He was up and down, and then he decided like it was his time. Do you know what I mean? So I was there throughout when he passed away, which is crazy. Like I held his hand throughout all. It was mad. Something which I never thought I'd experience, but glad I was there. If I had to be there, I'm fucking glad I was there. Right. So there's this one time in his hospital as well, where because he would end up being paralysed in hospital, he was he was getting like excited for like just to be able to get out of the bed for like an afternoon. So he had to get this other chair and come in and this and that. So he got lifted out into this other chair. Then when he was going outside, he kept saying, "Oh, he was just so excited just to that," and he was constantly fighting on because I'm a cancer and being paralysed in hospital. So he ended up he was just so excited about the small little fucking things. Yeah. So he kept saying, "Oh, I'm buzzing." Yeah. So he kept saying, "Oh, I'm buzzing," and so this whole thing like stuck with him buzzing. So anyway, when he passed away, this whole thing with like bumblebees kind of stuck because then we kept seeing like bees everywhere, this and that. And then so as you walk into the studio, there's like honeycomb patterns on the floor. Obviously, we're obviously named after my dad, the shop. So there's like little connections to bees, and then like there was like little yellow bits, and there's all little things in the studio which is related to my dad's kind of journey, what he went through. And then when I went to go get pick up this dog for my mum on the first Christmas, my dad wasn't here. Or second, I can't remember when it was. And anyway, and then me and my girlfriend Chloe are driving down there to Wales to pick up this dog. And we checked the birth certificate of a mum, and my mum's name was called Bumble. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So now we've got a dog called Bumble. So loads of weird shit has happened since my dad passed away, this whole fucking thing with him buzzing, just because his energy in the hospital was it's just carried on now throughout everything I do. Do you know what I mean? So I want to remember this shit because I want to remember what he went through. It was mad.
Right, so just a quick camera check on that one. So one last question, then we'll move on.
Okay, cool.
So we've just gone over what you think your dad would say to you, and it was basically he's just going to take the piss out of Kev. Which, to be fair, I don't blame him. Yeah. I don't blame him.
I've never thought of that before. So you kind of stumped me with that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So if your dad was here taking the piss out of Kev, what would you say to him?
To my dad?
Yeah.
Just keep taking a piss out of Kev.
I think we'd get on so well.
Do you know? I know exactly what would happen. It's not what I'd say to my dad to stop. I'd tell him like, stop ganging up on me. Like, whose fucking side are you on? You on the boys' side or you on my side? It's like he used to gang up on me with like him and my mate Dave, like them two, man. But he used to call him like his son and this and that. Like he was really close with Dave. And whenever them two were together, I just didn't even get a look at, man. It was a fucking nightmare. Especially like with Chloe and with you guys. Anyone close to me,
sounds great.
He was top tier, man. He was top tier. Like Chloe, it feels like from in Chloe's words that she'd already met my dad because we speak about him so openly, and because she's obviously seen pictures of him, and I'm very much like my dad in a weird way. Do you know what I mean?
What in that respect? Because this reminds me of something. We'll go on to it in a second, but what's I went really high then. What's the main thing you see in yourself of your dad?
Nose. Beak on me.
Let's look a little
Big
bit
old
more.
beak.
Like
My
internally.
nostrils, man. My nostrils. I could fit a £2 coin up each nostril.
That's
Oh, fuck off, can you?
Fucking
No, you
£2
can't.
coin. Yeah, I can.
where's Simon Cowell? Let's get him on Britain's
Mate,
Got
I can
Talent.
fucking do it. Massive, mate. Bad.
But like introspectively,
that.
what would you say is like the thing that you do?
So,
and
as I'm getting older as well, I'm definitely like, when I laugh, I can hear my laugh.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like my dad. It's fucking weird.
that must be nice, though.
It is nice as well. And when I see
Yeah.
my gran, my dad's with my granny, my same eyes as my dad. It's so weird. And she sees me and him a lot. And as I'm getting older, I'm definitely like having these same characteristics. And it's so weird that he's been passed away 5 years and now this is coming out now. It's like it's just built into me.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird. And then my dad, like I said, I do think I'm quite a complimentary person. I feel like I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I do. And I feel like that's kind of like just built in me as well. If I had to compare something, should I say, to my dad, I do think it would be that.
That's cool.
Which I don't know if it's something I've learned over the years and I've just subliminally took in, but
Well, the reason I ask is like, I guess that helps me get to know him better.
100%. Yeah.
If I can know what part of you is him,
Yeah.
I know him a little bit better.
Yeah, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so the reason I asked as well is obviously over the last week we've been talking about your dad and sort of the lead up to Sunday, and it's just sort of made me sort of think internally as well. And I don't know why it came up, but I just sort of thought like I see myself so much in, and as a kid I really, really didn't appreciate my stepdad enough.
Yeah.
But I really see myself in him now. Like, obviously, you guys have met Darren.
Yeah, Darren's great, mate.
And do you know, like, when you guys are like, oh, you can do this, and you can do that, and you can do this, and it's Darren.
Yeah, you've given him credit before, to be fair, and I love that, man.
Because growing up, there was nothing he was afraid to try and learn and do this and just give it a go. And, do you know, I never thought it would be the case that he would have such an impact in who I am today.
Yeah.
And it then made me think, like, the question basically, like, you know, what would he say to you? What would you say to him? And what is it that you see in yourself that is your dad? Because at the end of the day, we're a product of everybody around us.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I can learn a bit about your dad through you.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said, you laugh, the way you compliment people, the way you take the piss out of us constantly.
And this is something I've had to dissect over the years as well, because I've had a lot of time to think about this shit. As I said, like I've got nothing new. But it's like, as the years go on, I feel like he losing my dad turned me into who I am now. Yeah. I feel like that, and that's something because I can't fucking change what's happened. Yeah. What I can take from it is the positives and how I've grown after this happening to me. Do you know what I mean? But I do feel like I am so grateful that I managed to have a dad for 27 years of my life, and a dad to the high caliber of what I had, rather than some people, they don't have these figures. Do you know what I mean? So I'm so grateful for the figure I actually had. And I can't change it, and I would never fucking change it now.
No,
for the lessons I've learned from him, even passing now, I'm still learning shit from this bloke. Do you know what I mean? I'm so fucking grateful just to have had these, even if he died prematurely like he did, and he was 54 and I was 27 when he passed away. But I'm grateful for years I did have with him, man. Do you know what I mean?
I think you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah. I feel like he taught me everything I needed to learn up until this day. I feel like, okay, right, this is what you need to know. You're ready now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Matt, I genuinely, I don't know what else. Obviously, I'm always fucking learning shit, yeah. But I've got nothing I can learn from him new, but I still am learning shit from him, which I feel like he's taught me these lessons growing up, and they're still stuck in me now. And because I overthink these little things, because like I keep saying, there's nothing new I can think about. I feel like I've been like ready for this situation. I've been like ready to deal with shit like this, and now I have. I'm like, okay, sound. If it weren't for this, maybe I wouldn't have handled it as well as I have. Do you know what I mean? Not saying I've handled it good, but I've handled it. I'm trying to twist it around into a positive as best as I can.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you seem to be able to talk about it quite freely and be able to process it very well around other people.
And that's what I wanted to do with calling the shop after my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk proudly about it. I want to speak about his journey. We had like 5 or 6 nurses come to like my dad's funeral, which is crazy alone. Do you know what I mean? That proves of what a character he was. So when I'm hearing all this stuff, I want people to come and ask, what's it called making Max? What's it called Mr. Max? I'm fucking proud of how he dealt with him, what an amazing person he was. So the least I can do, if he's turned me into who I am, is fucking let his name keep getting spoke about. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I want you to know, and everybody else to know, and I'm sure Kev thinks the same, that I'm proud to be able to work
mate.
here under that name and continue the legacy.
Thank you, bro. It means a lot, man. Love you,
Well,
boys. Been gifted you two as well, I know.
Well,
when I say good shit happen, man, it's the same kind of principle,
Yeah.
innit, bro? Like, met you two after the same kind of fucking bad shit happened, so silver lining and all that shit. I keep knocking this mic. Anyway, should we talk about something else which isn't all...
Yeah, let's move on, and we can also
Thank you,
move
bro. It means
the
a lot
mic
to me,
away a little bit from our face.
Okay. Bring it close.
You keep knocking it back to
I
yourself.
know.
So, Rob, what's next on the agenda?
Right, so last week we asked some questions, didn't we?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So we asked some questions like typically bit my tongue, man. I don't know what happened. Typical ask questions we get asked day in, day out, week in, week out from clients, yeah. So should we ask? I've got fucking shit.
I definitely think we should ask some more questions because although we haven't actually released the first episode yet, you guys loved all
They
of the
loved them,
questions
mate.
last
We know
time.
we loved them.
And on that note, before we move on, guys, just a quick reminder, pause the video, click on the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you are on any of the streaming platforms, make sure you are leaving us a rating. 5 stars is preferable, but make sure you're doing an honest review. Anyway, moving on.
Right, so last week,
You just fucking give up then, didn't you?
so last week we were asking frequently asked questions from clients, what we get asked day in, day out about just fucking tattoo related shit, pretty much, yeah. So I've got a bag load of these ready to go still. So some which I think we as we do best for us with tattoo, we're just going to go off on a tangent all the time. So I missed loads of this shit. Right, so do you think tattoos are more accepted now?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean,
I think it depends on the context. I think it depends on what
You
the
think, like-
tattoos are.
I don't know.
Oh, there's that
I
question.
don't
Like,
know. I think all round they are. I think.
Yeah.
I think
When
in
you
general,
go back and think like fucking
yeah.
tattoos weren't associated with like criminals and bikers and
Yeah,
shit
exactly.
like that. There was like a little phase where
yeah, it's just these old.
put those
It's just
two
the
together,
older
didn't you?
generation still get
Yeah.
get judged a bit.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I was in
Do you know, I don't find it's the older generation though. I find it's
Yeah.
like the middle age generation now. The older generation, I have more interest and intrigue from them, asking questions and stuff like that. You know, old ladies coming up to me going, "Oh, did that hurt?" I'm like, "Do you know what? No, not that much." You know, my
What
face.
about
wants to
though? What
fall.
about if you were going in for an operation and your surgeon had all his head tattooed?
Absolutely
everything?
fucking not. I always go on about this.
And
People
he's got all
say,
his face and
"I'm
head
sorry."
tattooed.
Yeah, and I wouldn't trust me to do an operation on me.
Would you? I'd just
Like-
use an operation on me.
Fucking
Yeah, I
you-
think I would as well.
At you
More
two,
of.
which isn't a fair playing field. The parents,
no,
you got
I'd-
trust
I'd
them more,
fuck
not
you up.
trust them.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, you ain't coming out of that.
No,
one.
see, I would because
This is
why would you
quite
judge them off having a face tattoo just
because
they're
they
a
made
surgeon?
bad life choices like me.
Doesn't mean they ain't good at the job.
Yeah,
I've only
They're good at
made
the job.
I've
But
only
then-
made 3
But
good
then the
life
same
choices.
thing is, what if you had? Would you get tattooed by a tattoo artist with no tattoos?
No,
Do you know what?
You
Do
wouldn't.
you know what come into my
No.
head then? As soon as you
See,
said
I don't know
that?
if I would either. To be honest.
In my head, I was like, no, because they're apprentice, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
but this is the thing.
because you're expected to be young and inexperienced.
There's some great. You
Yeah.
look right.
But there's
so
some great tattoo artists out there who have
Yeah,
no
there's some
tattoos.
fucking
have a
amazing
look at.
artists out
Have a
there.
look at. I think is it Fred Tattoo.
He's got tattoos.
He's got tattoos.
He's got
He's fucking
barely
covered.
fucking any. He's not.
I'm sure he's
Uh,
covered.
He's a great artist.
Am I thinking of
Is
the
he the
right
one that does like, all
person
the
then?
baboons and all that?
Hang on, let's have a.
Does the
He's got
wildlife
this
ones,
really
don't he?
good cat. He's just really fucking good. Like black and
The Brazilian lad.
He's either Brazilian or Spanish, isn't he?
Oh, I'm not thinking of Fred. Who is it?
No,
he's an
Fred
Italian-
Tattoo. Fred Tattoo.
Yeah.
Fred Tattoo's the one who does like the reels where he wraps his customers' heads in
he's
cling
fucking
film. So he's
nuts.
fucking.
He was one of the first ones to start that. I'm sure. He was.
Yeah, he was like one of the first to start doing his crazy shit on Insta. He's
No, so
such
I'm-
a sick artist.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
I
but
know who you're
anyway.
thinking of. A really good artist who've got no tattoos.
Yeah. It doesn't make it so you can be. So I've always argued this. You can be a good tattooist and not have tattoos, just the same as you can be a good heart surgeon and not have heart surgery. However, with tattoos, I think you need a love for and a passion for what we do. Now, if you don't want to get tattooed, that says to me that you don't have a passion for it. And in that sense, like I wouldn't want to work with somebody that hasn't got tattoos because what have we got to talk about? You don't. No, but seriously,
We talk about random shit.
There's so many like
We very rarely
people
talk
in
about
the world
tattoos
right
when
now
we're
that are like,
tattooing.
fuck that
right?
guy.
But the thing is like if they don't have that passion for that, like what else are you just not going to have a passion for that aligns with what I do? Now I know that obviously, like my wife, she's not got particularly many tattoos. I know she's got some, but you know we have a lot in common and things that we enjoy. But I genuinely don't feel like I could work with somebody with no tattoos.
Yeah.
But that's a prejudgment. Now, when I say that I wouldn't have surgery from somebody covered in tattoos, people are, oh, you can't say that. And I'm like, but you'd be happy for me to say that somebody who hasn't got tattoos, you wouldn't trust them to. And this is to the customers as well. Would you trust somebody with no tattoos to tattoo you?
It's a good question. I'd
so
like you to let us know that. Would you?
it's the
If
flip
we had
side.
no
Yeah, so
tattoos and we were doing a full back piece on you, would you trust us to do it?
Exactly.
Because it's like, that's a good question.
And this is the thing. It's about the passion for what you're doing. And no, the tattoos don't dictate whether you're a good surgeon or not. However, it does dictate a lot of other things.
It's a really good way to word it.
And ultimately as well,
good
there is a
reason.
very,
Yeah.
very strong link between tattooing your face and mental illness. Trust me, I fucking know. Like, it's a whole mess up there. So
I think you're probably the most stable out of the bunch, to be honest.
maybe you need more face tattoos. Then. No, but there's
Maybe
genuinely,
we need to show it on my face.
but genuinely there is scientific like studies linking sort of like mental illnesses, and that's not a negative thing. Like everybody goes through their thing, and it's something that is quite common. But severe mental illness and wanting to disfigure your face and stuff like that is very strongly linked
Like
with
the Black Alien Project.
Yes, 100%.
If you haven't, check out this dude on Insta called Black Alien Project. He's basically transformed himself into an alien. Yeah, and he's removed his nose, removed his ears, removed his top lip.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else has he done? He's got his eyes dyed black, all crazy scarification.
Scary.
And we
looking
have
dude
said
ever.
on multiple occasions,
Yeah.
this guy is not mentally stable.
No, he's
No.
not well.
And if you look at his Instagram, now I haven't got anything against. I think it's Anthony. I haven't got anything against the guy. I think it's really cool what he's doing, and he's living his
Did
life
you see
now.
him before though?
But yeah,
He was
looked
good,
good,
dude.
He looked
Yeah,
good.
he was.
But what I will say is his Instagram, you can tell his mental state is all over the
Bro,
place.
he's had his fingers removed,
Yeah.
so his
Didn't he have,
hands look like
the
this.
two fucking what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
he's
two
had
shit
them
like
two
that,
fingers
Yeah.
chopped off, but he gets these chopped off in studios, in
Yeah.
tattoo studios, not by
Yeah.
surgeons. But
No.
I think he's fucking crazy.
Oh, I
Absolutely
didn't know
nuts.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a tattoo studio in Spain somewhere, and it was just like
I
whoever
think
his
it was
body
Brazil.
modification
What
do
the
in Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
It's crazy shit. They had all like gown. It looked like a bit of a
Imagine
surgery.
you're
like,
in there getting your
surgical
tattoo
kind
done,
of
and this cunt comes
situation.
in
but-
and just gets his fucking fingers chopped off next to you.
Right, so now I'm gonna
Nah.
Mate, he's had his
No, I'm
teeth,
good.
teeth
See you
dyed
later,
green.
yeah.
Like he's fucking.
now I'll
crazy
pose you
looking,
the
man.
question. He comes in, he's about to do brain surgery.
No
He
chance.
hasn't even got a full hand.
Exactly.
Fuck
This
no.
is why-
Maybe if you're good at it, if you get good at getting into the little nooks and crannies.
This
He's
is
a
what,
bogey picker. That's about
Whoa.
it.
what the fuck was that?
Fucking that tray behind me scares me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like mate,
But this
each
is
their
what I mean.
own, yeah. Each their own.
Yeah, I think that
But he doesn't look happy. This is what I'm
No,
saying. He
no.
looks
Can't
like.
be.
he doesn't sound happy
Can't
in his
be.
posts.
No,
That
but
much
sort of-
trauma on like
Yeah.
changing yourself. You
I feel
can't
like
be
there
happy.
should be some kind of check to see. Pardon me. if
Welfare
he-
check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's mentally sound to be going through with
Yeah.
these procedures, or if something's telling him to go and do it. in
Where's
his
he
brain.
from?
So he's from, I think he's French actually.
No, I'm pretty sure he's
Or
from Madrid. Or
Spanish,
something.
yeah,
I don't
so-
know.
no,
I'm
yes.
pretty sure he's Spanish.
Thing is,
I
he
don't know
travels
about-
around so
So
much.
it's not
I
even
never-
like it's a fucking. I don't want to say like lower fucking country. It's like it's quite a prominent
like
country,
a third
Spain,
world
innit?
country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, where like
Yeah.
the studios are a bit sketchy and shit. Like they're going to be
Yeah,
good
no,
studios. in
it'll
Spain.
be in a reputable kind of area. It's just
So
his
that's
choice
mad.
is what he's chose to do to his body, which I think he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be allowed to really make these decisions. I know it's
No,
his body, but I feel like somebody should be
I
looking
think as a
out for
person
him.
that's doing it, you've got a
'Cause
question.
this is like serious shit. Like when I'm seeing now, but because he's like 95% evolved and it's not
Yeah,
yet to
yeah.
evolve into this alien. But then I think he's trying to reverse it now. And
Oh,
you
no,
can't-
he's gone back onto it now.
he's gone back on. You
So
know what I mean? He's so up and
this
down
is
with
what
his
I mean
decisions.
about
I
like
find
the
it
like the
mad.
mental side of things. He had a girlfriend, and then all of a sudden he was reversing it, like 5% human project and this, that, and the other, and uploading all these reversal surgeries and sort of like prosthetic ears and stuff
In
like
fact,
that.
he's even contemplating reversing.
Then-
Should be getting the
then-
shot.
Imagine the fucking process.
Well, they've split
Can I have
up.
my ear back? No.
But they've split up, and then all of a sudden he's back onto it again. He's so bipolar with it, and this is what I mean about the mental illness, sort of the connection between those two. And there is a scientific connection. Now, that's not to say that everybody with a face tattoo has gone absolutely doolally.
No.
What I am saying is that there is a strong connection, and making that judgment isn't always like. And I don't mean like, oh my God, they're a criminal. I mean just like looking at somebody who's done something like that to their face, cutting off their,
Sorry.
stuff
I'm
like
just
that.
laughing because you're
And-
talking about face tattoos, and all I can see is the cat tattoo stuck out your head. But where your hair is, it looks like the cat has got a hair, and the hat is attached to the cat's head. And you're talking about something serious, and all I'm fucking looking at. Show that. Can you?
I mean, they'll see it from here.
Can you see? It looks like the cat's got like a fucking emo haircut with a cap on, and it's all I'm fucking looking at. You're talking about mental health, and like, yeah, do you know what? He's right. He's got a cat tattooed on his head. It's just making me laugh.
But yeah, to conclude,
Yeah, no, I completely understand where you're coming
you
from,
know,
bro.
if somebody comes in, like, yes, like, I think it's more down to if a surgeon came in and he's covered in tattoos, my first reaction is going to be like, oh, if he talks to me and he makes me feel, or she makes me feel comfortable and at ease, and like I can talk to him and I can trust him, then it doesn't make a difference.
No.
If the black alien came in, I don't feel like he could make me at ease. Now, some of that is going to be about the tattoos and the body modifications. And it is just one of those where
He's so extraordinary looking because that's how he's chose to look. Like he's chose to look like this
all a choice.
extreme. Like I've seen a couple of I've seen a woman where she's out with the implants in the head and all loads of these fucking things. Like he's out with a nose removed.
Yeah.
And you don't see it often. There's probably a handful of people in the world. So he's going to really limit himself and pigeonhole himself to anything he can do. He's got this is a fucking commitment.
Yeah.
And if you're not mentally sound to make these decisions that are going to change and alter your whole path of your life, I think he just should get checked out.
All I can think about is that like moment when it was like, I want to go back.
Fucking hate me.
Fuck.
It's a moment me like, fucking hate these fingers. I fucking can't stand this little fucker. I'd love to have him in a jar. Do you know what I mean? What makes you think?
I don't get why he didn't get rid of those two.
I thought that as well.
Like,
Well, what has he
Cool,
actually got?
rather than
He's got it like this.
I can, actually, do you know what? Like,
Yeah,
for
no. If you're going to
Need
get
your
rid, if you're
index.
going to get rid of some, it's got to
Yeah.
be them ones.
for practicality,
Yeah, you need
like,
them two. Them
I
two
can
are a bit.
see, yeah. 'cause he
One
can
thing
still-
I'd love to remove is my fucking little toe. Fuck that little
mate,
toe,
just get rid
man.
of all the toes.
Mate, I constantly stub
Get rid
him
of
that
all
little
of them.
fucker.
Fucking put them all in the
Mate,
bin.
like, I wonder if he's fucked up his toes.
A world toeless sound.
I bet his bits look mad. I bet he's mutilated this shit. I bet he's like split it down the middle and shit.
I don't,
I don't want to
think
talk
he
about this.
has. I don't think he has. So the Black Alien documents pretty much everything he does, but he does also post things like he'll post like an amputation, but it'll be like either like fan art or like somebody else who's had it done as like a I might do this. And then usually gets it done. So like he kept posting pictures of people who'd had their fingers removed and then went and did it.
Yeah.
Kept posting pictures of like people without the nose, then went and did it. So that's kind of the trend of what he does. He'll post it and post it and post it and post it and then go and do it.
What smells of good food, yeah. Sorry, I was just getting...
No.
Smells
It's
of
probably,
fucking good
probably a
food.
couple of doors down. So.
Good soup.
But yeah, to answer your question, no, I wouldn't. I would have a preconceived sort of notion as to whether I would trust somebody covered in tattoos as a surgeon and stuff like that. When I first met them, that doesn't mean I couldn't grow to trust them.
Cool.
Anyway,
Cool.
sorry, I'm just
Right. Mate, good answer. Good answer. Very thorough. Right, so let's move on because we
I do think we need to
out.
start.
Right, let
yeah.
me
We've been recording nearly an hour now, so we're
This-
probably at the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, what misconception do people have about tattoo artists?
That we're all criminals.
Yeah, we're all
That's gotta be the
crazy.
biggest
do you know
But it
what,
kind of relates to what I just asked. We're saying that everyone's got
Oh.
what
I've got one.
misconceptions
Go
do
on.
people have about tattoo artists? What we're going
Because
to be
we're
like?
a tattoo artist, we're available at any given fucking moment during the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. We've got a life outside of work.
What I was going to say is like when when I first met Chloe, she thought it was going to be like a proper like super goth. She was always a tattoo. I thought it was goth.
Yeah.
It's goth. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
I
like,
get it.
you like,
So
you,
sometimes
like, you both like rock music. I don't
Yeah.
hate it, but I don't like listen to it.
Yeah, but I don't listen to it like all the time.
No,
Yeah.
Even then, like I've got to be in the mood for rock
I
music.
feel like we are a bit.
gym and stuff like that. Like
It's evolving now where you haven't got to be with certain criteria. You haven't got to be like a fucking boycott or into heavy metal to be a tattoo artist these days. Like we used to be like years ago, I think.
And I think the people who still do, there's still definitely like groups of tattooists that stick together. So
like you go
got
to tattoo
studios that
conventions and you see every different type of person.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are this kind of like typical looking tattoo artists. I feel like lads like us, we are in this kind of like little criteria, little minority where we're just like normal people. We just like to draw on people.
I'd say
I just like to talk shit and do love people. To be honest,
we're pretty typical black and grey tattooists.
Yeah, we're like typical.
Yeah.
When there's definitely a look for black and grey tattooists. There's definitely a look for traditional tattooists. There's definitely a look for fine line tattooists and so on and so on. Not to put us all in boxes, but there is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I find interesting about it.
I think I could look at
anyone could be like. Do you know when you see some tattoo artists online and you see what we look like? Oh fuck!
Yeah.
They didn't expect you to look like that. Not in a bad way. Like thinking, oh yeah, you look normal. I think that's just come from being to tattoo convention. I've been to tattoo convention before, where they're like hanging people from like I forgot what it's called, with a suspension with a shark hook, like a 4-inch shark hook through this dude's fucking ass cheeks. They were hanging him, and he was dressed as Princess Leia, and he was going out to a crowd like, no, dressed as Princess fucking Leia, and I was like, oh, so is this what I'm getting into? And this was like, within the first 6 months of me starting to tattoo, and I was like, is this what I've got to do? Like, I don't want to fucking hang from my ass cheeks with shark hooks and dress as Princess Leia. But if it gets me bookings, I'll fucking do it. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Well, I think people have these premeditated conceptions of what you need to be to tattoo artists, but you fucking don't, man. You be whoever the fuck you want to be.
There is no category.
Whatever you fucking want to tattoo.
We're people, you know. We're just living a life and working a job. Living out,
just a boy. I'm just a boy with a job. just a boy. But yeah, when Chloe said, "Oh no, I didn't mess you back. I thought you were gonna be a goth," and I'm like, or an emo, whatever she said. I'm like,
an emo.
Yeah, Sam, you like what you like, mate. But it worked, didn't it?
Yeah,
it fucking worked. Right, let's be on because we're gonna fucking run out of time.
We're doing show and tell.
That was it.
Shit. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I've got a bone to pick to you. I've got a bone to pick you.
I've got a bone for you as
So
well.
if I fucking weird. Stop there, mate.
Don't do that again. Fucking hell.
Start that again. Anyway, if we made a plan for this and I didn't follow through with the plan, fuck me, man, I'd be scared to show my face in the studio. So we had this idea for a little.
You don't understand. Hang on, I've already told you. I've got something. It's just already in the studio.
No.
I've got something to show.
So this comes
You
from.
replaced something.
So in the studio, right, yeah, we have some taxidermy stuff. So you know what taxidermy is? It's kind of like animals that have died with like natural causes, they may like preserve them. So there's 2 little ducklings up there, one with 2 heads, one called Royce. I've got a little water dragon in a jar. There's a few cool shit, yeah.
That bottle's gonna come
We
out.
thought that it'd be a cool little like thing to do and figure out if Callum's got any weird shit at home to bring in.
I got loads of weird shit.
Because we were on about doing this like show and tell thing. Because I know for a fact, so I collect little taxidermy bits. I haven't done for years because they sell them at tattoo conventions. So I collect a few like little lizards and insects and shit like that, like all little light-hearted bits and bobs, where they're like just mainly animals, which I find are really fucking interesting. Anyway, one day I come into the studio and Callum had a box delivered to the studio, right? And this box, it had a fucking human skull in there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. It's perfectly
Yeah.
legal.
Okay.
It was a little.
It had a human skull and it had a box of miscellaneous human bones.
Yeah, like a Kinder egg.
Yeah.
It was like a really twisted, massive Kinder egg.
Really fucked up Kinder egg.
Yeah. And it was, anyway, it had like a femur in there, some finger bones. And this fucking skull, it was like, we had it on a shelf over here. And we had to ask Callum to take this skull home. Because I was like, we had every customer like, Connor, is that real? I was like, yes. This is Callum. He collects bones.
People used to think I was bullshitting when I was saying they were all real.
Yeah.
Right, so
because it's not a usual thing people see. We're kind of used to it because of Callum.
Little bits of human everywhere.
I'm just gonna say, in the UK. So if you're not in the UK, do not I'm not giving you legal advice, but you are allowed to own human remains that are over 100 years old or medically prepared for medical use. Hang on.
He's got a prepared statement.
Are allowed to use for medical use.
Fucking hell.
For personal use. If you want to display it for museum purposes, you have to have a license, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, from a young age, I really like skulls and stuff like that, animals and human, just thought they looked really cool. I think it's an artist thing, like the anatomical side of things. And
that's
stuff
why
like
I
that.
like the animals.
It's
and
not
the little
it's
reptiles and
not
stuff.
just me being a serial killer.
He claims.
No,
It is me
it's
being
just
like,
it threw
interested
us
in
off
that
at
kind of
first
stuff.
because obviously I've seen them at tattoo convention with taxidermy stands. You can buy them pretty freely anywhere. To be honest, you can get them offline. But obviously, when I've just seen other animals, and then when obviously I knew that you collected these bits and bobs, and you've obviously got the cabinets of like not only just human stuff, like animals, like you've got like
I've got some
horses
cool
and all.
stuff. Yeah, I
loads of
actually
cool
sold my horse skull, but
So we
I've
thought
got-
it'd be a cool little thing
Yeah.
to say, what weird shit has Callum got at home?
Yeah.
So we need to
And it's
like
not
kind of make
just
a little
at home.
tune for us. or
I've got a what things has Callum got?
weird shit.
Anyway,
Weird shit.
I don't fucking know it. And
So, who's
to
it?
sing it?
this week, this is Jerry.
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 Yeah, just Jerry. Do you know
Jerry
what?
the Jaw.
I call all of
Jerry the Jaw.
I think I call all of my schools Jerry. This is a human mandible, jawbone. It's missing a few teeth. It looks so.
It's not me
This
in Turkey.
is a little bit of a
Oh,
mess.
yeah, free turkey. That's what I'm going to like in a few weeks.
So we're going to look on the next episode.
I know, literally.
So, just to give you a bit of knowledge, this is male. I can tell that by how, like, the right angle of the jaw. It's probably somebody in their 30s to 40s. There's a couple of bits of rounded off.
There's no fucking way you know that.
Right, so I will
But
tell
you could be telling us any shit.
Yeah, I
and I believe
know,
it.
and I'm
So
just
like,
here going,
oh,
yeah.
Callum told me that. It must
I'll
be true.
tell you why I think that. There's a couple of reasons. You see how you can still see the indents of where the teeth were?
Yeah, it makes me feel sick. I've got that trypophobia
Oh,
shit.
yeah, you do. Sorry
I
about that.
fucking hate it.
So you get what's
Most
called
unsincere
fucking
apology
no.
I've ever fucking heard.
you get what's called a geriatric jaw, where that all goes, and it's like the jaw's probably like that thin because all the jaw,
Oh, yeah.
all the bone wears away. So that's an indicator of age. We have got some bone deterioration, which means that they're not young. So they're not a child. You can clearly see by the size it's not a child. You can clearly see by the fact that you have got bone wearing away. They're not a child. So as you know, obviously you were saying about having your teeth done and I'm having mine done. Your bone with you have like an abscess and stuff like that over time.
The tooth's got hair
It
on.
can deteriorate the
What?
The tooth on that's got hair on. I can't stop looking at it.
it can deteriorate the bone a little bit. So that's how I would age it. And sexing it it's about how wrong way up.
Practice me in a few weeks.
Practice.
Oh, it's weird. I put that on.
Yeah, why did you do that? I have never done that.
Loves for Jerry.
That is a dead human.
Dead.
Let's,
Dead
let's
bitch.
treat it with a bit of respect.
That's insane. They're going to necrophilia. Oh shit.
No, it's
Fucking gonna help.
No, it's,
It's
I didn't shag it.
necrophilia.
Just fucking touched it on my lip.
Fucking. Anyway, yeah. So
Cancel episode 2.
this is one of my little curios. It is a human jaw.
Curios.
Like I say,
I don't even know what that means.
how angular curiosity.
Callum's Curiosities, that's the name.
Oh my
Curio,
god. that's
curiosity.
the
That's what we're talking about.
Callum's Curiosities.
Sound. Good one.
So yeah, you can sex it by the angle of the jaw, and you can age it by the bone deterioration, how many teeth it's got, and how intact it is. So yeah.
Right, if you're still watching,
Well, why I did that?
that was Callum's. I don't know what the dance was about.
I don't know.
Right, anyway, we need to
panicked.
start wrapping this up, I think, because
Yeah,
we've
we're-
got shit to
Yeah, I wanna go
do.
home.
Right, so I've got a big tattoo in again tomorrow. Doing that. Well, how do you pronounce it? Cthulhu.
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 Which is a
Cthulhu.
big fancy dark octopus, which
Yeah.
I'm fucking really enjoying. I had it in today, I got it in tomorrow. So I need to go get my shit sorted out and get ready to do this tomorrow. So,
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I'm not too sure what I've got in tomorrow.
yes. Kevin, what are you doing tomorrow, mate?
I'm probably going to get a trim, eat some food,
Yeah.
see you prick for a little bit, and then go home.
Sounds like a good, lovely day, mate. So, right. Yes, we will wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
We need to fuck off.
Right, guys, before we do leave, I've got a few things to ask of you. It's the usual thing. You're going to pause the video. You are going to click the subscribe button. if you've got time, leave us a comment. Let us know how you thought today's episode went. We're glad to have you again. Don't forget to subscribe, because that is going to be a huge indicator of how much you're enjoying these videos if you're watching the podcast. If you're on the podcast streaming platforms, don't forget to rate us. I'm waving my hands around like you guys can see me. You can't. Only the YouTube listeners can. Rate us, preferably 5-star, but just, yeah. If not, just don't bother.
I'll take anything at this rate.
Yeah, just
Take fucking anything. Yeah.
Just say you listen to us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send me a question mark at this rate.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Leave us a comment.
Talking
if
about
you're on
questions,
YouTube.
anyone has any questions they'd like to ask us?
Yeah. So if you
Drop us
guys
a
want to get involved,
message
if you
on-
guys want to get involved, either drop us a message on Instagram or comment on YouTube. Ask us a question. It can be anything, and we will try to get those questions done
Kev
in the
won't
next
get back to
episode.
you, but we'll get back to
Yeah,
you.
Kev will just sit there.
I'm the best one. Fuck you two. I'm great in messages sometimes.
So everybody send all their
yeah, to be
messages
fair.
directly
No,
to
no, no,
Kev,
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
and
no,
he'll
no,
get
no,
back
no.
to you
Just message Kev and
instantly.
he will
He'll
sort
get back to
everything
you
out from
straight
there.
away, and it'll all be through Kev. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank
I'm
you for
Callum,
listening, guys.
I'm Kev.
I'm Connor.
and this has been the Making Marks podcast. We'll see you next time.
See you
Next
later.
time, guys. Bye bye.